हरे कृष्णा। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So welcome all the devotees for today's class. So we'll begin with sloka recitation. पुरुषः प्रकृतिस्थो हि भुङ्क्ते प्रकृतिजान् गुणान् कारणं गुणसङ्गोऽस्य सदसद्यो निजन्मसु। उपद्रष्टा अनुमन्ता च भर्ता भोक्ता महेश्वरः परमात्मेति चाप्युक्तो देहेऽस्मिन् पुरुषः परः। मां च योगविचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणान् समतीत्य तान् ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते। ममैवांसो जीवलोके जीवभूता सनातन मनसष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति। सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविद् एव चाहम्। ब्रह्मभूता प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न काङ्क्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्। भक्त्या मामभिजानाति यावन्यश्चास्मि तत्त्वतः ततो मां तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा विशते तदनन्तरम्। मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मां वैश्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Today very few devotees have come. I think they will join after 11:30. Yeah?
So I think they might not have read the message,
Hmm.
so they might join you.
Okay. So okay, give them attendance accordingly. Yeah? Means sometimes we are informing immediately. No? So allow them for 10, 11:30. No issue. So okay. This is the 15th chapter. This is the 14th one. Aye. So we were discussing about the three modes. Yes, so devotees are requested to open their videos. So we have discussed about the three modes, and Krishna, Lord Krishna, is somewhat repeating the things also, but it is very, very important. And he's emphasizing on one point. So first of all, in this chapter, Krishna glorifies the knowledge. It's a that how by attaining this knowledge, many have attained the supreme perfection. Hmm? Param siddhim ito gata. Yaj gatva munaya sarve. So this knowledge is an analytical study of material nature's modes, and all of us and everything is made up of the modes. This especially the matter part. Spirit has nothing to do, but spirit also, by his independence, misuse of his independence, he has been caught under the modes, and then as per the modes, he chooses different. He makes different choices of associating with different modes. So as per the modes, like if the soul is afflicted with a mode of passion, so then the next activity also what he will do is mode of passion. So he will associate with mode of passion. So therefore, it is important that with this knowledge, one can elevate from lower modes to higher modes. So higher mode is mode of goodness. Krishna is saying in the fourth shloka that I am the seed giving father, aham bij pradapita. And even this in the material nature also, I have made this link of living entity with material nature. Hmm? So who has brought us in this context of material modes? Lord Sri Krishna is saying he has only done it. And then all the three modes they bind the living entities. It's not that somebody comes in Satuguna, then he becomes free. That is also a bondage. But that bondage is a bondage of Sukham and Jnanam. And Prakashakam Anamayam. So it illuminates and frees one from the sins and distress. So, how to become free from sinful reactions? One has to shift oneself from passion and ignorance to goodness. Basically, in goodness, people act with knowledge. Hmm. So, ignorance is the cause of our sinful activities. So, when we are situated in goodness, then we don't commit sinful activities. This is the one thing. Suprakaशकम अनामयम सुख संगेन बध्नाति रजो रागात्मकम विद्धि. So rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna sanga samudbhavam. So how the rajoguna is born? Because of strong desire. Hmm. Strong desire. Now this desire is for enjoyment. One may want subtle enjoyment, gross enjoyment. So because of such desires, passion is born. If somebody is very, very hell-bent, wants something very with great passion, he wants without any compromise, chahiye, then this arises passion. Rago ragatmikam vitti. And then it further binds that person with Trishna and Sangha, hankering and association of opposite sex, or uh, Sangha can also be dhyayato vishyan pumsa sangaste supajayate, attachment for many other things. So Trishna is given for longing for something, some object, and Sangha is basically given for association with some person. Hmm? So tad nibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehina. So karma sangena. So when somebody is in passion, he works very hard and he becomes bound to fruitive activities because he knows if I do this, I will get this result. If I do that, I will get that result. So he is very much result conscious. And Prabhupada mentioned that modern society is more into Rajoguna. हाँ, तमसा त्वा अज्ञानम जम विद्धि. Tamasa, the tamoguna, is ajnanajam. It is born of ignorance. So if somebody is in ignorance, his life is ignorance, he does not cultivate knowledge only. Hmm? So then it will arise from such ignorance. So ignorance will give rise to ignorance. Sattva sanjayate jnanam. In sattva jnanam will arise. In tamoguna, somebody is in ignorance. So then he will further become more ignorant. Mohanam sarva dehinam. Generally, this tamoguna Prabhupada says it is with all living entities. So this tamoguna, that I am this body, I belong to certain country, certain family. This tamoguna is already there with everyone. And what are the characteristics with which it binds? Pramadalasya nidra tannibadnati bharata. Pramadalasya nidra. Hmm. So just see, pramad means madness. Hmm. Madness means the person commits all kind of activity. He eats anything, he does anything, no control. Anything he does, no control or no understanding why he does. Pramad, basically sinful activities like killing of animals. Why one should kill animals? Oh, because I want to eat. No, no proper understanding that they have also pain. They will also suffer. Hmm? Why I should like sometimes terrorist on the in the name of jihad, they come and they blast people. Hmm? Ignorance, full ignorance. They themselves die and they kill others also. Hmm. Pramad, pagal. And then alasya, laziness. Too much lazy. He cannot wake up early in the morning. So many assistance is required, or so many, you can say, lessons are required for him to be taught. Okay, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. See, that's why it is again, it's a great responsibility. Like nowadays, people may write so many books. Some famous author outside, how to parent the children. Yeah. So parenting begins first with the. So what is this? Parent plus parenting. Parent and parenting. First know how to become parent, then know how to parent. So both are complementary actually. So once one is done, then another takes place. And if one is not done properly, then another part will take very difficult toll on that personality. Very difficult. Because if a child is born in ignorance, even if you say him 100 times, please listen, 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 he will not listen because he's born in ignorance. Hmm. So, and he or she will pick up bad habits very easily because they are born in ignorance. So much important is to do Garbhadhan Sanskar in this regard. Hmm. So, therefore, first comes parents, be a parent, then comes parenting. Hmm. Hmm. Not that nowadays people write books on parenting too much. I first become a right parent only. Otherwise, why Arjuna is too much worried about Varna Sankara? Otherwise, Arjuna could have said, Krishna will deal with the children. No, because even if you like Duryodhana, how much you can deal with Duryodhana? He will not listen only. No parenting will work on Duryodhana. If he could have been brought in a proper way, then it could have been possible. So, Abhijatasya, in 16 chapters, the divine and demonic quality, it comes. The first three shloka it mentioned, Abhijatasya Bharata, Abhayam Sasta Samsuddhi, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. So, there, Krishna mentioned the items like almost 16, 17 or 20 items he mentions. And then at last he says, Abhijatasya Bharata. These all qualities are born from birth. Means so this is abhijatasya. It's not that, so means at least some qualities like some potential comes in that personality because he's born in a proper nakshatra and other things, and proper consciousness is born. So then uh, things happen. Like just imagine, I will say, like if somebody has not prepared for exam and he goes and sit in the exam, so will he perform well? No. And then he will, after result comes, he start lamenting, oh, I got failed, I got failed. So what is the use of lamentation? You did not perform only well, you did not prepare only well. So in the similar way, everything is requires good preparation, and then performance happen, and then result comes. Hmm? So people are only worried about the how to make the things wrong to right, but they don't want to make the things begin with right. To begin with right, then you carry ahead in the right way, then the result will be ultimately good. So this is tamoguna, pramad alasya nidra. So alasya and nidra. Nidra is a very deadly in especially in the cold winter. Nidra. So Prabhupada mentions that is also matra sparsha sukante people. Means we have to get up. Like if you see find out the Russia and all, if you see the whole world chart, the Russia, China, and even Canada, all these areas now, right now, is fully below minus degree Celsius. Means snowfall is happening. Till minus 40, till minus 50 degrees Celsius temperature is there. Hmm. So how they must be living? Very difficult. Hmm. So India is a very fortunate country where everything is balanced. People can practice something. Otherwise, in foreign countries, especially these places, to think of bathing or to do means after a performance of anything activity means washing one's hand and everything, one needs hot water. Very difficult. It means these places living condition is very extreme living condition. Hmm. So the Prakriti makes a living entity difficult to live, struggle for existence is too much in such places. Too much cold. So this struggle becomes very acute or very extreme when living entity wants to he does not he does not do pious activities. He is just worried about his sense gratification. And so such people are sent to such places actually. Hmm. Because Bharata is a land of dharma. Hmm. It's a land of dharma. So if somebody wants job in certain company, then he will be given job and he's working hard for that. In the similar way, Bharata is a land of dharma. So those who want to do dharma, they will be born here. Those who does not want any dharma, they want to play or they want to enjoy. So then they are put in such places. Okay, go there. So where mode of ignorance and passion is very much prominent. And that's why the countries are decided which is a developing country, which is developed country. So one who is very passionate country, technology means passionate. So then they are considered a developed country, and those who are peaceful little, they are considered developing because they don't want satoguna to be considered as a higher quality than rajoguna or tamoguna. They think satoguna is not result producing, so it is lesser. But in actuality, satoguna is higher. Then we saw recognizing the prominence of the mode. So what happens when all the three gunas are competing with each other? That is mentioned in 10th sloka. All are competing with each other. So sometimes rajoguna comes up, sometimes tamoguna comes up. Hmm. Now this is again according to the nature. So morning time is satguna, then afternoon time is rajoguna, evening time is tamoguna. Therefore, all the sinful activity majority happens in tamoguna in the night times. Hmm. And rajoguna, all the activities for livelihood happens in the daytime, and all the activities for the atma eh, happens for in the early morning time. So these times are divided accordingly. Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and Satoguna. And then when goodness increases, what happens? So when goodness increases, all the holes of the bodies, nine holes, they become illuminated by knowledge and happiness. by knowledge, and because Satguna is there. So, Satguna person need not to be encouraged too much for result. Hmm. He's more happy being himself. He's more happy being himself, just doing his duties, and whatever he's getting, he's happy with that because he is more happy with the knowledge. Hmm. And whatever happiness he's able to realize in the world, he's able to see the things as they are, and so he's happy. So they are not much after result too much. Nowadays, this happiness aspect is very much lacking in the modern society. Whatever job also they get, they're not satisfied. Earlier, people used to say when once you get government job, you are most fortunate person. Nowadays, people get government job, then also they think that no, this is not a fortunate place. Then they start going for ISPCS. Almost everybody is in the same train of thoughts. यही करना है ISPCS. And people work hard very much for that. Sometimes so many years they have to work hard. So why? Because it promises good amount of money. But actually, people do not see what is the hardship in such things. One thing is first in preparation, and later afterwards become IS and PCS. So many politicians are on the head, or so many big officers. They will always make that this person always roam here and there, and he cannot follow dharma properly. So much bribe he has to take, hmm, and so many upper authority he has to deal who are not pious people. All the time headache is there, and they are going to handle the some district place where so much corruption is there, so many things are there. So just person goes into thing that like in IT company, in engineering also, people when they search for job, so they are very happy in the beginning because they are getting some job. But once they get job, they find that it's very taxing. I have night shift also. I have to work hard. So then they come to know. In the similar way, any job first looks very good from outside. Once you go inside, then you understand that it has so many things because it is all illusory thing. Right? Money, passion is all illusory thing. They are not showing the things in the right way. But a goodness person understands कि whatever I have my destiny, it will come. Whether I have fame, name, money, it will come. Let me just do my work huh? As per my duty, how much 8 hours, 9 hours work, then be satisfied. So nowadays, it's not that those who are giving higher salary or such job, civil service job, are very free from headache. No, too much headache, too much sinful activities. So person becomes more and more implicated because more money comes, and a person is also not very, you can say, intelligent or not intelligent. Nowadays, society is too much downgraded, too much. Like when we went to Noida, so their DM was there. DM, she was a lady, district magistrate. So there was a bomb blast in NCR Delhi. So then this lady has to, I mean, go everywhere running. So no meeting can be fixed on time because he has to run away. Where what is happening? Where what is happening? Uh, and someone was telling even at 12 midnight also she has to go. If there is some serious thing, they have to go and they have to attend all such things because they are anything happens in district, they are responsible. So it's a big post. Hmm. Again, we don't want to say that everybody should become Brahmana, but Kshatriya role is also required. But the whole thing is what one belongs to, which nature one belongs to, one should see. Hmm. So quite one cannot save oneself from doing hard work in a passion zone. So Kshatriyas basically they work very hard, and but Kshatriyas they have freedom of managing their life. In modern times, passion, those are passionate people, they are working under someone. So almost like mixing with a Sudra kind of tendency and then passion. So then they work hard only, they don't have much freedom. They cannot change the rules. So when passion increases, the greed, fruitive activities, symptom of greed, fruitive activities, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develops. So we should see this. So in children, when children are in small age, infant, hmm, baby, so they are in ignorance. When they grow little, they come in passion because they become greedy. I want this toy, that toy. eh, eh. and they start learning some activities, huh? So it's a little bit passion increases. And then in this meantime, when they are growing, we should also give them spiritual uh, things like hearing some. We should give them prasadam. We should give them uh, shlokas hearing, because Prabhupada at one place mentioned that if you want to control subtle things, then you should focus on sound, purification of sound. This is coming from a Sathama episode in a first canto. Scientists have become advanced in making gross things better and better. But when it comes to subtle things, they are not, because all of modern society, they are too much suffering on subtle level. They do not know how to control their subtle mind, their ego. So they're suffering, even though they have lot outside. But on subtle level, they're suffering. The reason is, Prabhupada says, subtle environment can be purified with the purification of sound. Yeah? Purification of sound. So the sound has created this world. The sound will take away this world. So the purified sound vibration means one has to chant the Vedic mantras. One has to chant the Hare Krishna mantra, Gita shlokas. So all this, and one has to hear the katha. So by this, what happens? The mind, the subtle environment is purified. Hmm. And when subtle environment is purified, then the peace, happiness, and then human sensitivity, everything comes. So this is, therefore, it is very, very important. So how to go to the subtle mind, subtle body through the purification of sound. Now, if a person hears the music, romantic music or other music, so that is purification of sound. Means that will cause subtle body to become more and more contaminated. Hmm. So the science you find, it's many times it gives the half end thing. Half end logic we have heard. Means you don't feed the hen and you just want to get the golden egg. That is a half end logic. Hmm. Ardh Kukut Nyaya. So science has developed vehicles, but there is a pollution. Hmm. Science has developed the AI, but now people are cheating using the AI. They're not working hard. Science has developed medicines, but medicines are causing people uh, side effects. So many side effects. Science has developed pesticide, insecticides, but there is no healthy food to eat. So in the sense, science has done the half work. They have not done the well through work, not full. Hmm. Full work. So then, when it can be done, so now as we learned, there is a need of purification of sound to purify the subtle environment. In the similar way, when we want to purify the gross environment, what one has to do? To purify the gross environment, one has to follow the Brahmanical system, or you can say in a more way cultural, like samskaras, samskar. So one has to learn the samskar, how one has to do something, how one has to live a lifestyle, waking up early in the morning, worshipping the Lord, bathing oneself. These are the things. The one thing is the subtle, other thing is gross also. How one has to eat, what one has to eat, one has to regulate his life basically. So through regulation, through samskaras, uh, one can bring even gross also things in control. Gross things also in the control. And subtle things can be controlled, or subtle things can be controlled by purification of sound. So in the Vedic civilization, these both things were there, subtle and gross. How do you can control? So now scientists, they themselves are eating meat. If they themselves are eating meat, they are doing all nonsense. Yeah? Then how can they develop any system which is well through? It will always be half. Always half justice. Anything you see, you find there's some side effect is there. Anything. Like they brought tractor. Now because of tractor, then all bulls are into slaughterhouse. This is a half thing they have done. They have not made the full system foolproof. Okay, we have brought a tractor. What will happen with the bulls? What will happen with the cows? They have not thought about it. Just half thing. Only we want eggs. Hmm? So this thing will happen when we follow the samskaras. What we should be taking, what we should not be taking, what is important, what is not important. These things, do's and don'ts. So this is it. So now, okay. Then the third things come when ignorance increases the darkness of prakasa, and then apravritti, pramad, moha, all these things were increases. So darkness increases, person becomes more and more uh, ignorant, and inertia, apravritti. Inertia means if a person is in certain thing, he cannot come out of that thing. He has to continue that thing. Then madness also, and illusion also, moha. So Arjuna, he was in moha in beginning of Bhagavad Gita. So that happens because of ignorance. And discrimination is totally absent in this. Okay, so we have done. Now we'll go to 14th. Yes, 14th ahead. So Braj Gopinath Prabhu, are you there? So you can read, huh? You can read the translation.
Yes,
यदा
Prabhu.
यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु प्रलयं याति देहभृत् तदोत्तं विदां लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते. Yes.
When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of the great sages.
Okay. So this also we have read, I think. Have read or not? Okay, we have read already. Yeah, this is also done.
Completed, Prajit, we have completed till 18th.
18 na? ठीक
Yes.
है. So which place one would go? So one would go to Brahmalok, Janalok, in goodness, passion, then one goes, remains on earthly planet, and in ignorance goes to animal kingdom. So, and then results in action, results of action. So 16 to 18, this also done. Nirmalam phalam, कर्मणः सुकृतस्य आहु सात्विकम निर्मलम फलम रजस्तु फलम दुखम अज्ञानम तमसः फलम. So all these three gunas, how the result is obtained. So it's mentioned result of pious action is pure.
Should I read, Prabhu? Yeah.
Yes, you can read.
The result of pious action is pure and is said to be in the mode of goodness. But action done in the mode of passion results in misery, and action performed in the mode of ignorance results in foolishness.
Hmm. One minute. Yes. So, yes. The result of the pious action is the pure, and the result of the passion is the misery. So this also we discussed, and result of ignorance is foolishness. So we should remember all these things. Nirmalam phalam. One becomes more and more pure when one performs his activity in Satoguna. And everything happens very purely. Satoguna means what? It is not something. Satoguna means in knowledge, basically. Seeing the things as they are. Like example, when there is a money transaction. So when there is money transaction, so the normal tendency when anyone sees the money is a greed. Yes. See how money is. Money agitates a person to get more and more money. Okay. And then when it comes to giving donation, then same greedy mind says don't give. So at one place, money creates greed for having more and more money. At other place, it does not allow the person to give also. So basically the whole thing is what? To just to hoard at one place. Just keep at one place money. No, don't use it much. Just keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. And if you ask your brain or intelligence what you will do, no, I may need it tomorrow. Let keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. This is what happens. Kali resides there. When Parishit Maharaj, when he gave 4 places, then Kali was not satisfied. He said, in your kingdom, there's nothing uh, such place where sinful activities are happening. Illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication. No, no place is afflicted with such 4 sinful activities. Give me another place. Then he said, where there is a hoarding of gold. Hoarding means collection, not using the gold, but hoarding. So where there is a lot of hoarding or possessing, but no charity, neither using the legal way to have money nor giving charity. So not earning in the right way and not even using it for right way. So when there is a hoarding of gold, there you can go and reside. And this is the place from where Kali started. Hoarding of gold, hoarding of money, everything. So that is why this is very, very important. Greed. So this is a rajas. So satvikam means to understand how much I need, how I should utilize, how much, how can. So this is very, very difficult, but one has to slowly, slowly develop this thing, tendency. By hearing more and more Vedic sound vibration, purifying oneself. Nirmalam phalam. And rajas tu phalam dukkham. Rajas means lobha, which creates lobha. So what I was discussing is rajas. So rajas, it creates a lobha. Means person will not work with knowledge. He will work, but he will not work with knowledge. That is rajas. And agyanam tamasaha phalam. Tamasaha means if one who is doing any activity in tamoguna, there is agyanam. Means he will go in more and more darkness. He will not get some result also, he will go more and more darkness. Just one can see, what is doing? Yeah? It's fully going into darkness. Just like example, like nowadays the youths, they come from their home, from village, and then they come into city. Then what happened? Uh, neither they study properly, nor they have any habits of living properly, and then they fall into bad habits. So it means tamasaha agyanam phalam. If they are falling into bad habits, they have gone for doing some graduation, but they're falling into bad habits. So agyanam. They don't study also very well. They don't have a good marks also. Some people have good marks, but again, they become triggered by passion of so many future goals, and later they also fall into bad habits. Yeah. And some people they don't have, but they are still in ajnana. So that is tamasaha. So these things are there. Prabhupada also mentions here. The result of pious activity in mode of goodness is pure. Therefore, the sages who are free from all illusion are situated in happiness, but the activities in the mode of passion are simply miserable. Any activity for material happiness is bound to be defeated. Any activity for material happiness is bound to be defeated. For example, one wants to have a skyscraper, so much human misery has to undergo before a skyscraper can be built. The financier has to take so much trouble to earn a mass of wealth, and those who are slaving to construct the building have to render physical toil. The miseries are there. Thus, Bhagavad Gita says that in any activity performed under the spell of mode of passion, there is definitely great misery. There may be little so-called material mental happiness. What is that? I have this house or this money. So this only happiness is there. This only. And if he finds out through knowledge why he's working hard, why he's doing so much, so he cannot answer those questions. Or he cannot answer those questions with his satisfaction. Yeah, really it is wanted, like that. So no. So therefore, modern society is too much driven by passion. It's there. As far as mode of ignorance is concerned, performer is without knowledge. Therefore, all his activities result in present misery. All his activities result in present misery, and afterwards, he will go towards animal life. So he has also been engaged in sinful activity. So he will go towards animal life, misery, and later suffering into animal life. Slaughtering of poor animals is also mode of ignorance. Animal killers do not know that in the future the animal will have a body suitable to kill them. Yes, this Prabhupada mentions about animal killing. Yeah. हाँ, गोभी प्रणीत matsaram. So one should not kill cows. So Prabhupada mentions because cow is a worshipable animal. And so better say worshipable being, you can say animal is very bad words. Sometimes the people say. So cow is a worshipable being. She is a mother. नमो ब्रह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगत हिताय कृष्ण ठीक है. This also. Then this shloka says, from the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, greed develops. From the mode of ignorance, foolishness, madness, and illusion develops. 18th shloka we'll read now. Okay. Urdham gachanti satvastha, madhya tishtanti rajasa, jaganya guna vrittistha, adho gachanti tamasa. Yes, Prabhu.
Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion lives on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish walls.
Okay. So this we have discussed earlier also. Upper planet means planet of the great sages, Brahmalok, Janalok, and passion means earthly planet, and ignorance means he will go to the animal species in hellish world. In this verse, the result of action in the three modes are more explicitly set forth. There is an upper planetary system consisting of heavenly planets where everyone is highly elevated. According to the degree of the development of mode of goodness, the living entity can be transferred to the various planets in this system. The highest planet is Satyaloka and Brahmaloka, where the prime person of this universe, Lord Brahma, resides. And one cannot calculate such wondrous condition of life in Brahmaloka. So even materially, so much happiness is there in such loka. And in higher lokas, people are more and more subtler. Like Brahma's body is made up of intelligence, not this gross body. So, as we know that mode of goodness means the person remains happy in knowledge and happiness. So the person gains more and more knowledge. And then he remains happy in that. He does not want to do much activity. Just that is called lazy intelligent people. Lazy and intelligent. Just by their being intelligence, everything comes. Like Brahmaji. Brahmaji is sitting at one place doing everything. Sometimes he has to go for management, but he's sitting at one place. Means he's a lazy intelligent. At one place he's there and managing everything. Lord Vishnu, what he's doing? If you see, Lord Vishnu just Yoga Nidra and everything is happening. So lazy intelligence is a Brahminical quality. Busy intelligence is Kshatriya. So the more one becomes satisfied in mode of goodness, the more, and how that is happen, one has to gain knowledge first. One has to live a life of goodness. One has to adopt some habits of goodness. Then slowly he will advance towards mode of goodness. And especially mode of goodness begins with early morning. Means whatever one has to do related to spirit, related to knowledge, one has to do in the early morning. The more one spends time in that, and in the through the daytime, he has to be satisfied whatever he gets from by his moderate kind of work. Whatever he gets, he should be satisfied. Krishna and the typical person in the goodness is a Brahmana. So one can read the habits of a Brahmana. So one has to cultivate those Brahminical qualities. Satya, Shama, Dama, Tapa, Titikshva, Arjavam, Jnana, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Shama, Dama. One has to control one's mind and senses. So this is again bringing one to mode of goodness. Then Samadhama, tapaha, one has to do some austerity in his life. Then Saucham, one has to cleanse oneself, cleaning oneself twice in a day at least. And then Saucham, Santir, tolerance. Jnana Vijnanam, one has to learn from the scriptures and wants to apply those scriptures knowledge by cultivating some good qualities. Not only simply ratification, but one has to apply those knowledge. Jnana Vijnanam, Astikyam, one has to have faith in the Lord, one has to be devotee of the Lord. So these are the mode of goodness qualities one has to, or these knowledge, these items one has to develop in one's life. Then he becomes situated in mode of goodness. Like that. The passion is a mixed. It is in middle between the modes of goodness and ignorance. A person is not always pure, but even if he should be purely in a mode of passion, he will simply remain on this earth as a king or a rich man. But because there are the mixtures, one can also go down. People on the earth in the mode of passion or ignorance can not forcibly approach the higher planet by machines. Just see, Prabhupada says that they are passionate people. How can they come? See, you find in Mahabharata when Arjuna and you went to heavenly planet. Though Arjuna was he was the son of Indra, but he was in transcendental mode, and none of the people had any problem seeing Arjuna in heavenly planet. Okay, why? Because they understood these are quite qualified person, quite qualified. Or if some saintly person goes to heaven like Vishwamitra Muni or Vasishta Muni, when they go to such heavenly planet, they don't have any problem because they understand he's a quite qualified person. That was mentioned. When mode of passion person goes up, then so many people will object. How can he can come here? Uh, Especially modern scientists who do not believe in the existence of demigods also. They don't believe in existence of higher planets also. If there is some opulence in higher planet, they might be thinking only we are advanced and we have to go to higher planet to also make some palatial skyscraper building. उधर भी जाके वही करना है. So their thought process is too much childish. So therefore, how can such mode of passion people go to heavenly planets? Prabhupada mentions. In the mode of passion, there is also chance of becoming mad in the next life. One becomes mad in next life. The mode of passion is in between goodness and ignorance. The lowest quality mode of ignorance is described here as abominable. The result of developing ignorance is very, very risky. It is the lowest quality in material nature. Beneath the human level, there are 8 million species. And the mode of ignorance people are brought down to these abominable conditions. The word tamasaha is very significant. Tamasa indicates those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to a higher mode. Their future is very dark. At least those who get human form of life, they should not go to this tamoguna. Be in rajoguna or satoguna. Either come to earthly planet or go higher. But one should not be in tamoguna. Otherwise one goes down. Going down means risky. Then one has to follow the evolutionary process. So many millions of life it will take to again come back to human form. So this is very risky actually. Tamoguna is very risky. And what is how a person goes to tamoguna? Again, doing sinful activity. He does not have knowledge. The more one commits sinful activity, knowingly or unknowingly, the more he goes to tamoguna. Means nowadays, you find people they do sinful activity with you can say what we can call pride or sophistication. Sinful activity they are doing with sophistication, with pride, means they will be smoking or having a new thoughts, but they're committing sinful activities with their sophistication, with their pride puffed up so much, and they're committing sinful activity. They're thinking that they're very advanced. This is the problem in age of Kali. The person is a sinful and is going to take a animal birth, but he is representing everyone like he's a gentleman. नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति मद्भावं सो अधिगच्छति. Yes.
When one properly sees that in all activities, no other performer is at work, then this of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature.
Okay. When one properly sees that in all activity no other performer is at work, then these modes of nature. He knows the Supreme Lord. And he knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendent to this mode, he attains my spiritual nature. So then now Krishna is mentioning, okay, above are the goals or destination of people in different modes. But when someone can come to me, now this is the thing. When one sees, properly sees, whatever activity is happening, no other performer is at work than the modes. Okay? So like somebody was asking questions. Prabhuji, how much is our free will and how much is our bondage in this world? If I want to work hard and achieve something, what is the problem? So basically, working hard is not our want. It's a want of the modes we are in. If somebody is in passionate mode, then passion is arousing that working hard tendency in him. It's not that that person is thinking. So then the question of using our free will, the more we are in passion and ignorance, the lesser we are using our free will. Using our free will is only, it happens when we are in knowledge. When we know the things as they are. As Krishna is mentioning here, when one can see that ultimately whatever is happening is driven by the modes only. Like our greed, our madness, our sleep, or our success, or somebody is materially happy, somebody materially knowledgeable. So this is all are happening under the modes. Okay. So results are happening under the modes. No other performer but modes. Okay. Then means a living entity is taking shelter of certain modes, and that mode is generating certain result. Okay. So when one can see that, and then he knows the Supreme Lord also, who is transcendental to the whole mode, all the modes. So when he knows his relationship with the Lord, ultimately I am belonging to the Lord, I have to work for the Lord, I have to serve the Lord, I have to please the Lord. That is my real using of our free will. Because I am the soul and my real life is spiritual. I have to manage somehow in material world. So using my free will basically is to use it in the service of the Lord. Or at least using in mode of goodness. Okay. But that is also not using the free will. The real using is free will is transcendental mode. So when we are serving the Lord, that is the real use of our free will. So till the time one is under the modes, one is not really using his free will very much. He's just driven by the modes. But one is thinking, oh, I am not able to work hard. Oh, I am not able to get this thing. I am not able to get that thing. But he is driven by the modes only. What is the symptom? Somebody is driven by the modes. Shoka, moha, bhaya. Bhagavatam says the symptom of material disease is shoka, moha, bhaya. One is lamenting for something. One is in illusion for something. His illusion. And one is fearful of something. So everyone has this lamentation, fear, and this thing. So when one goes beyond it, and how one goes beyond it, then that is also mentioned. Anartho pasanam sakshat bhakti yogam adhokshaje. Yashya vaishruyamanayam Krishne parama purushe bhaktir utpadyate pumsa soka moha bhayapaha. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one can go beyond the modes. By doing devotional service, one can go beyond the modes. And that is the way one can use our free will in a proper way. So by going beyond the modes, then one can use free will for anything, for doing even the work in this world, because he is understanding which Krishna is mentioning. Ultimately, the modes are at work, and Krishna, my relationship is with Krishna. So let me utilize these modes, whatever I am in, or whatever I have in my control, to serve Krishna and to serve Krishna. So serving Krishna again meaning balancing our material life and spiritual life both. But one has to first come to that understanding and then work. Working is not a problem, but working in wrong understanding is a problem. Working under modes is a problem. Working with the modes is not a problem. You take the mode, use it in the service of Krishna, that is not a problem. But working under the modes is a problem. Krishna is mentioning what kind of knowledge one should work with. One can transcend all the activities of modes of nature simply by understanding them properly, by learning from a proper source. The spiritual master, the real spiritual master Krishna, he is imparting this spiritual knowledge to Arjuna. Similarly, it is from those who are fully in Krishna consciousness that one has to learn this science of activities in terms of modes of nature. Otherwise, one's life will be misdirected. You see, one's life will be misdirected. By the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, and his senses, and how he is entrapped, and how he is under the spell of material modes of nature. He is helpless, being in the grip of modes. But when he can see his real position, then he can attain to the transcendental platform, having the scope for spiritual life. Actually, the living entity is not the performer of the different activities. He is forced to act because he is situated in a particular type of body conducted by some particular mode of material nature. He is forced to work. Unless one has the help of spiritual authority, he cannot understand what position he is actually situated. With the association of a bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position, and by such an understanding, he can become fixed in Krishna consciousness. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by spell of modes. It has already been stated in 7th chapter that one who is surrendered to Krishna is relieved from all the activities of the material nature. For one who is able to see the things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. So this is very important. Able to see the things as they are, what happens? The grip of material nature slowly ceases. So Krishna says that Devi hesa gunmai mam maya duratya mameyo prapadyante maya metam taranti te. Gunaanetani gunan etan atityatin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkhair vimukto amritam ashnute. Yes.
When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from the birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life.
Ah. Krishna is mentioning when the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. He's not saying go to spiritual life or go to spiritual world. He's saying even in this life one can enjoy. How one can stay in transcendental position even in this body is in full Krishna consciousness is explained in this verse. The word Dehi means embodied. Although one is within this material world, by his advancement in spiritual knowledge, he can be free from influence of the modes of nature. He can enjoy the happiness of his spiritual life even in this body. Because after leaving this body, he is certainly going to spiritual world, sky. But even in this body, he can enjoy spiritual happiness. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is a sign of liberation from material entanglement, and that will be explained in the 18th chapter. Okay, so just see. So, Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma, na sochati, na kamshati, sama sarveshu bhutes, mad bhakti labate param. So, where is our bondage? Our bondage is where? Our bondage is in misidentification or misunderstanding. So we are misidentifying with the material nature. We are not able to understand how the things are working. We do not know about the Lord, do not know about ourselves. And that ignorance is causing us to suffer. But when we are beyond the modes, means we are beyond ignorance, then we can live even in this world in a proper way. And we can enjoy the spiritual happiness. So basically, this is what Krishna is encouraging all the living entities. Gunan etan atityatrin. Three gunas are there. Dehi deha samudbhava. Janma mrityu jara dukkhair vimukto amritam ashnute. Even in this life, one can remain spiritually happy by knowing his position. Arjuna vacha कैर्लिङ्गे स्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् आतीतो भवति प्रभु किमाचार कथं चैतां स्त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते.
Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior and how does he transcend the modes of nature?
Do we remember something where Arjuna has also asked some symptom of certain person in some chapter? Can anyone answer in which chapter
12th
Arjuna
chapter,
has
Guruji.
asked?
12th chapter, Guruji, I think.
Ah,
12th chapter, Guruji.
yeah, what he has asked?
Symptoms of a devotee, Guruji, of one who is very dear to Krishna.
Ah, yes, very nice. And which else? Which other chapter? Yes, anyone else? Which other chapter? He has asked some symptom of certain kind of person.
What is the symptom of Sthita Prajna?
Ah, yes, very nice. Sita Pragya. Which chapter that is? Sita Pragya, which chapter?
Second chapter.
Chapter 2. You should not forget chapter 2. The chapter 2 at the end. So this was the question about Sita Pragya. So symptom is very, very important. What are the symptoms for one who has transcended the modes? What is his behavior and how does it transcend the modes of nature? In this verse, Arjuna's question are very appropriate. He wants to know the symptom of person who has transcended the modes of material modes. He first inquires the symptom of such a transcendental person. How can one understand that he has already transcended the influence of modes of material nature? The second question, how he lives and what his activities are. Are they regulated or non-regulated? Then Arjuna inquires of the means by which one can attain the transcendental nature. That is very important. So basically, he has asked the symptom. Then second, he has asked his life, his activities, and third, the process by which he can transcend. So unless one knows the direct means by which one can be situated always transcendently, there is no possibility of showing the symptoms. So all these questions are put by Arjuna is very important and the Lord answers them. श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति उदासीनवदासीनो गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येवं यो अवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते समदुःखः सुखः स्वस्थः समलोष्टास्मकाञ्चनः तुल्या प्रिया प्रियो धीरस् तुल्यनिन्दा आत्मसंस्तुतिः मानपमानयोः तुल्य तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयो सर्वरम्भा परित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते. Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present or wrong for them, when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of the material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the modes alone are active, who is situated in the self and regards alike happiness and distress, who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, and a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal toward the desirable and the undesirable, who is steady, situated equally well in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treats alike both friend and enemy, and who has renounced all the material activities, such as a person is said to have transcended That's of nature,
Okay.
transcendent.
Hmm. So this is such an important thing. Now, after knowing about the modes, what are the modes doing in our life? They are making our life hellish. They are making our life also liberated if we take the proper association of the modes in a proper way. Hmm. Like if you are in goodness, then you can transcend the goodness later. We cannot transcend from ignorance. So first one is to come to knowledge, and then after knowledge, one is to come to this situation what Krishna is mentioning. This is beyond knowledge. What is mentioning, Krishna is mentioning here. Beyond knowledge means this requires full transcendental knowledge, which Krishna mentions above. When one knows that everything is done through the modes, and I am not the doer, and there is a Krishna, what is my relationship with him? I am the soul, I have to do for Krishna, I have to work for Krishna, I have to satisfy him. So my real work is to satisfy Krishna. Then that person becomes freed from the modes and that comes back to Krishna. That Krishna mentions previously as we saw just now. Okay. And then Arjuna is asking question that what are the symptoms? It means if one wants to go beyond the mode, these symptoms should arise in us. So first, he does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion. See, we just now learned one thing. Working under the modes is a problem. Working with the modes is not a problem. Krishna is saying, if you know this knowledge that modes are working and I am the supreme personality of Godhead, you have my relationship with me, you are in transcendental knowledge, then you work in this knowledge in this world, then you achieve happiness also, and no problem will be there. No birth, no death, no disease means you will not suffer because of those, because you understand the things properly. Okay, Krishna is saying understanding is very, very important here. And that understanding is not simply intellectual, that is the understanding of one's realization basically. Once one realizes that thing, he does not remain in ignorance. He understands and he realizes I am that personality who is not affected by those things. So, so in order to come to that stage, Krishna is saying these are symptoms. And these symptoms one can verify in one's own position how much I am caught up in this. So one should not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present or long for them when they disappear. So illumination is first and foremost is goodness. Attachment is passion and delusion is ignorance. Means do not hate these qualities of three gunas or do not long for them. Just see how Krishna is saying how one can be beyond the modes. What are the symptoms? The symptom is the word used here in Sanskrit. Na dveshti, na dveshti, na sampravrittani. Okay, not dveshti. So you're not envying that and you're not longing for that. You're not longing for that and you're not envying. You just see here, not dveshti does not hate some pravrittani, although developed, non nivrittani, not stopping, kankshati, not desires, udasinvat, as if neutral, as if neutral. Udasinvat. There are two words, uninterested, disinterested. What do you mean by this? Uninterested, disinterested. Disinterested means like an umpire in the cricket match. Like somebody is bowling, some team is bowling, other team is batting. Okay. So then the bowling team, the bowler, he just bowled very nicely, and then he some thing event happened, and the all the fielding team they shouted out, 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 and the shout was very, very roaring. And then umpire, if he becomes illusioned or overwhelmed by such roar, Then he may say, out, 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 out. So why he gave out? Because he became overwhelmed by such a big roar. He became frightened. He became illusioned. Okay. And so he does not use the knowledge. He does not use the knowledge whether he's out or not out, or whether I should be affected. He just, all are saying out. Okay, I'm not understanding. Okay, out, out, out. So many are saying so, out, out, out. This is what happened in our administration in India. If many are giving vote to some people, other will also go, oh, किसको वोट डालना है, उसको वोट डालना है, हम भी जाके वोट डाल देते, चलो ठीक है. No knowledge. And even after having knowledge, there's no use also. Because all are like one after another say there. One is one rascal, other rascal. One rascal only purpose. Nobody is proper. But what is in India also? Mock following, hard following, भेड़ बकरी चाल. एक दूसरे को फॉलो करता है, वो उसको फॉलो करता है उसको. There is no use of knowledge properly. Nobody uses knowledge. There's no teachings also, no education also accordingly. There is no such education that whom you should choose, who should be the right king. There's no such education. Hmm. Okay. So then this is thing. So this is called when umpire chooses, okay, he's out because yes, he has violated the rule. So he's out now. So according to rule, he's out. Then it is okay. But he has decided according to the roar, so many people are roaring, then he's saying, oh, he's out. Then that is attachment. That is an illusion. So disinterested means this thing. When one uses the knowledge, he's not interested. But uninterested means what? He's not interested only. Whether he's out or not out, I don't care. So when it is said udasinvat, it is not saying udasin, become udasin. It is said udasinvat. Means you have to be active in this world as if you're not active. As if you're not active. You have to be active, but as if you're not active. Like you're seeing everything happening in the world. You're seeing everything. And you're knowing what is right. You're knowing what is wrong. And wherever required, you're taking decision also. But you're taking decision according to the knowledge, not according to the illusion, hatred, or anything. No. Arjuna, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, he was taking decision according to attachment. I don't want to fight because I'm attached. He did not have the knowledge of transcendence. And that is why the problem comes here. Udasinvat. Not udasin. I have nothing to do with this case. I cannot take any decision. No, udasinvat. This is very, very important. The word is said, udasinvat. So one has to be disinterested, not uninterested in life. One should not be affected by any modes, and one should take decision, and one should not pose that he's totally detached. He will not take any decision. So that is means udasin. Don't become udasin. Become udasinvat. So like this. So don't hate and don't long for it. Don't long also. So it means even in goodness, the person does not want even material knowledge also. Even goodness also he does not want. He does not want material happiness also. He's not hating, not longing. If it comes, he accepts it. Just comes, accepts it. Therefore, you find in Bhagavatam the example of Avdut Brahman. When Prahlad Maharaj meets the Avdut Brahman. So he was like laying down naked and he was just eating anything was coming. And then he asked Prahlad Maharaj, how can you be so stout, so pulpy, itna mota kaise ho? Which you do not work also. So then he said, whatever comes, I accept it. I don't long for it. If it does not come, I fast. And if it comes, I accept it. So this is that situation, basically. He does not, okay. So I'm giving one example. It does not again mean that one has to become Ajgar Vritti. Ajgar Vritti is quite high Vritti. Even lower than that also one can cultivate these things. Okay, now one who is unwavering and undisturbed through all the reactions of material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the modes alone are active. Knowing that modes alone are active. Like when this this sixth canto, this comes, I think not sixth canto, eighth canto this comes. Yes, eighth canto, sixth canto, the Diti and Kashyapa episode. And later eighth canto, Aditi and Kashyapa episode comes. When the demons like Bali Maharaj, he has taken away the kingdom of Swarga. The kingdom of Indra he has already taken away. Now Indra and all the Devatas, they are homeless. They are just roaming here and there. Okay. And then Aditi was very much perturbed, very unhappy. My sons are not having any place to reside. They're just roaming here and there. What to do? So then she went to her husband and told, "This is what's happening with our son. Please do something." And that time Kashyap Muni mentions, "Aditi, why are you too much worried? This world is temporary world. Sometimes goodness comes, sometimes happiness comes, sometimes misery comes. Don't worry too much. Forget it." But then she does not listen. She says, "No, no, no, help me something. Give me something, some method by which I can restore the opulence of my children." And then Kashyap Muni, understanding her mindset, then he gives the vrata. In 12 days, you perform these vratas, and then Lord Vishnu himself will become pleased and he will bless you. So then Bamandev appears. So though this episode ends in a very nice way, Bamandev comes, but she was not beyond the modes. That's why I'm giving the example. She is not able to take up the things in a right perspective. She wants to solve the problem. Then is mentioned here, who is unwavering, undisturbed through all the reactions of material qualities. So what Kashyap Muni was saying, Aditi, just be peaceful. Don't worry. Today your children are homeless. Tomorrow they will again get the home. Don't worry about it. No, no, no. I want, I want, I want, I want. Okay, go now. Take this vrata. Perform this vrata, and then things will come. So there are two ways. Therefore, it is said that uh, the wise people avoid problem, and those who are very much needy, they try to solve problem. So wise people, real wise people are these. Means they're really beyond the modes. Who is situated in the now? Somebody can, but Prabhuji, you just now said that udasin what, and you should not become udasin. Again, where one has to act, when one has to. So now, which Kashyap Muni is saying, ki Aditi, this will happen. Don't worry, they will come back to their post because this is a Brahmaji will surely make them happen. Brahmaji is responsible for it. Don't worry, Brahmaji will give them kingdom because ultimately Devatas have to rule. Why you are too much worried? No, no, no. I want, I want, I want. So then, okay, you take this. So, Udashinvat, who is situated in the self and regards alike happiness and distress, who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, a piece of gold with an equal eye. So much important. Who is situated in self and regards alike happiness and distress. So now, who is situated in the self means Atma, one who is situated in one's own self. And he is seeing happiness and distress one, Saman. Now, is it not dealing with happiness and distress? He's dealing with happiness and distress, but he's seeing all equal. When his mentality comes to that understanding, okay, I will see happiness and distress all equal, then that person is beyond the modes. And then when one goes beyond the modes, he can live happily in this world also. He can enjoy his spiritual happiness in this world. No problem. He can be free from death, birth, everything. Koi issue nahi. So this is the way Krishna says that one should be living in this world. Means it is advanced stage, but still he's saying if somebody wants to go away from happiness and distress, everything, then this is the way. So he should see happiness and distress alike, which looks like a lump of earth, a stone, a piece of gold with an equal eyes. One, if somebody is giving him some gold and piece of earth, he will say, both are similar. So do we need money? Yes, we whatever money he has, he use it for Krishna service. He's not attached. Whatever money comes, use it. Comes, use it. Comes, use it. Comes, use it. He is greedy for gaining also. Okay, he will have it. Leke aao, bring it more, and then use it. Like that. He'll use it immediately. Okay. Then who is equal towards desirable and undesirable? And who is equal towards desirable, undesirable? If some desirable comes or undesirable, he's equal. He's steady. situated equally well in praise and blame. Somebody praises him, somebody blasphemes him, equal. Honor and dishonor, equal. Who treats alike both friend and enemy, who has renounced all the material activities. Such a person is said to be transcended the modes of material nature. Appears to be quite difficult, yes. All these things means somebody means one bodily and physical and psychological both places one has to be well balanced, well balanced. Whatever happens in physical world, one has to be equal, seeing everything equal. Whatever happens in mental world, seeing everything equal. Not understanding everything is happening by the modes only, modes only. It means whatever praise, blame is happening, whatever honor, dishonor, everything is modes. Whatever friend or enemy, modes. Whatever lump of matter, stone or piece of gold, modes. Whatever happiness, distraction, modes. All modes are active. That's why these are happening. So he become detached from there. It means one cannot imitate this stage. One has to really be situated in the self. Then only one can. But one can try for this stage. Not imitation, but one can try. One can measure one's advancement. Arjuna submitted these three questions, and the Lord answers them one after another. In this verses, Krishna first indicates the person transcendently situated have no envy, does not hanker for anything. When a living entity stays in the material world, embodied by the material body, it is to understood that he is under the control of one of the three modes of material nature. When he is actually out of the body, then he is out of the clutches of material modes of nature. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. He should be neutral. Just see, when he's actually out of the body, he's out of clutches of material nature. But as long as we are in the body, we should be neutral. He should engage himself in devotional service of the Lord so that his identity with the material body will automatically be forgotten. So why we should engage in bhakti? So that our identity with material body should get forgotten slowly. When one is conscious of material body, he acts only for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. One does not need this material body. He does not need to accept the dictation of material body. So Prabhupada said one does not need material body and one does not need the dictation of material body. खाना पीना रहना सोना ये सभी मटेरियल बॉडी का डिक्टेशन है तो वन डज नॉट नीड दिस बॉडी एंड आल्सो वन डज नॉट नीड dictation of material body. The qualities of material modes in the body will act, but as the spirit soul, the self is aloof from such activities. How does he become aloof? He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. Thus, transcendently situated, the devotee becomes automatically free. He need not try to become free from influence of material modes. Just see, Prabhupada says he need not try to become free from influence of means what? He's not troubled by the modes. See, if you are getting troubled by the modes, then you may think, oh, I want to get out, I want to get out. It means he's not happy. He's still distressed. Prabhupada is saying he does not even worries for getting out of the modes. He's just doing his bhakti, happy in his spiritual life. He does not worry, okay, when body has to pass away, body will pass away. He does not worry. So this is the thing. Means he's already situated in the self. The next question concerns the dealings of the transcendently situated person. The materially situated person is affected by so-called honor, dishonor offered to the body. But transcendently situated person is not affected by such false honor and dishonor. Why they are false? Why they are false? Who can say? Who will answer? Why they are false? The honor and dishonor, are they false or not?
That's temporary, that's not permanent. And back to the
They
material.
are identifying with material bodies.
They are?
Identifying with material bodies, so it is false.
Okay. But basically they are simply by the modes. Everything is happening by the modes. Yes, by the modes means somebody is honoring us, means his mind is affected with the mode of some goodness or passion, whatever. He wants some result from us, some good. So therefore his mind is affected with the passion. He wants to really glorify us. His mind is affected with the goodness. And somebody is dishonoring us, again his mind is affected with whatever passion or ignorance, whatever. So so the other person mind is affected, and so therefore we are listening our honor and dishonor. So then we think, oh, it is very serious. Why is it calling me? So it means again we identify ourselves with that honor and dishonor. So he is already affected by honor and dishonor, and we get affected by that dishonor, honor and dishonor. Hmm? So therefore,
But
everything is
in the
yes.
sorry, but in the case of our pure devotees, maybe they can see everything is coming from Krishna, honor or dishonor, because they may not affected by the modes.
Ah, correct. See, actually, this is a Jnana Yoga, these chapters. So here you will find how to behave in this world, facing honor and dishonor. How to remain neutral. This is very difficult. Okay, this is very very difficult. Hmm. Uh, Generally, like if you are not very much responsible for anything and somebody is just shouting anything, you don't worry. Okay, let him shout. I have to do nothing in this field. Anyway, I'm passing by. Like we hear the example, an elephant was going to serve the Lord one, and some dogs were barking, some pigs were shouting. And the elephant was saying, they are simply pigs and dogs. Let them bark and whatever they have to do. I need not worry. So the pigs and dogs may bark or whatever they may do, the elephant is not affected because elephant has different service to do. Okay, but when you have to work with the people, and then with them only they have to work, and they will honor and dishonor you, then you start thinking, oh, why I'm doing good for this person, why is honoring and dishonoring, whatever. Okay, so then it becomes, when you are responsible in certain activity and when you get honor dishonor, then it becomes more difficult because you cannot go back. You cannot go back. You have to be there. You have to be there. So, in this regard, then we should understand what Mataji said just now, that Prabhupada mentions also. He performs his duty in Krishna consciousness and does not mind whether a person honors or dishonors him. He accepts things as they are favorable for the duty in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he has no necessity of anything material, either a stone or a gold. He accepts things favorable for duty in Krishna consciousness. So sometimes, like some preacher, mm, uh, he was blasphemed behind back, means somebody spoke behind back. So then that person wrote to him, ki, sorry, I spoke something behind you. So then the preacher said actually that I am trying to represent Srila Prabhupada in a nice way. Hmm. And if you are blaspheming me, then you are decrediting me. It is not very good. And this will make my presentation will be felt as a cheating presentation. So he was not very happy. Now somebody can say, then how this preacher is getting affected and other person is asking forgiveness. The thing is that, as Prabhupada mentions, what is favorable for the duty in Krishna consciousness? Means if somebody is preaching and then somebody speaks about against him, so then his fame is taken down and people may misunderstand him. Then his service is affected. And that's why he's thinking my service is getting affected. So it should not happen actually. So that's why devotees also work according to honor and dishonor, but they are working not according to honor and dishonor, but they are working according to their duty in Krishna consciousness. So our service should not get affected. One should also be careful. It does not mean that when we say udasinvat means neutral, as if neutral means I need not worry about my own honor and dishonor, but this honor and dishonor can make many people misunderstand me, and then they will not take to Krishna consciousness properly. They will understand सभी लोग ऐसे ही है, इसके जैसे ही है. This is again important thing. So therefore, when we are in preaching moment, we have to worry about management. We have to worry about other things, but everything keeping Krishna in center, not for our own self. This is again very important. So we are doing management, we are doing preaching only for Krishna's purpose. It means we have to be detached from ourselves and we should be serving Krishna. That is the whole understanding. That is what Prabhupada is saying. I don't need any material things, either stone or gold. Or if somebody needs something, then we are sadhaka. We are trying to purify ourselves, basically. So we should be aware of our position. Okay, I'm still a sadhaka. So I'm trying to become free from our material hankering. At the same time, I'm trying to serve Krishna. So then he can have both the longing. He can have longing to serve Krishna. He can also have longing for some material name, fame. It may be possible. So then he has to get free from those slowly, slowly. Like demigods, they are like that. They have both longing. They want to serve Krishna. They also want to serve their senses. So he takes everyone as a dear friend who helps him in execution of Krishna consciousness, and he does not hate his so-called enemy. He is equally disposed and sees everything on equal level because he knows perfectly well that he has nothing to do with material existence. Like Mataji was just now saying about taking any blame or honor from Krishna side. Honor is very good. We can take honor from Krishna side. But when blame comes, then sometimes we have to clarify the blame. Yes, why the person is blaspheming? Why? What is the reason behind that? So this is becomes a little important because we are not actually very much high in transcendence right now. So we have to maintain our consciousness also well so that we can serve well. We cannot imitate that consciousness. That is very high, as we are learning just now. That Prabhupada says that he takes everyone as his dear friend who helps him in execution of Krishna consciousness, and he does not hate his so-called enemy. He does not hate, and he takes the everyone as his dear friend. He's all my friends. But he's not helping. He's against me. Okay, no problem. Let it be. I don't hate him. Somebody blasphemes someone. Oh, why is he blaspheming? Why doing like that? So sometimes such clarification is required. But ultimately, after everything, one has to be detached. One should try to be detached. Okay, finish off. No attachment. We are simply working for Krishna. We're not working for ourselves. Even though he's blaspheming, okay, let him blaspheme. After finding some reasons why he's blaspheming, okay, let him blaspheme. What can be done? Nothing can be done. You cannot change people. Finish it. So like that. Social and political issues do not affect him because he knows situations of temporary upheavals and disturbances. He does not attempt anything for his own sake. He can attempt anything for Krishna, but for his personal self, he does not attempt anything. By such behavior, one becomes actually transcendently situated. Just see, he can attempt anything for Krishna, but not for his personal self. So this is transcendental behavior or a person beyond the modes. It means udasinvat. One has to live as a udasinvat in this world, not hankering for something. Whenever there is a hankering or hatred, it means we have not crossed the modes. We are still under the modes. And so we should accept it. We should not envy. Again, we should not envy such situation. We should accept, okay, I'm hankering for certain thing. Let me find out how much it is required for me in my life. I'm hankering, okay. Then find out. At least be in goodness. If not beyond the goodness, then be in goodness. Try to use knowledge to live a life. Okay, I want something. I'm hankering for something. Okay, why I'm hankering? How much I need? Okay, take it, use it. Use in the knowledge. Be in the knowledge. And if passion is there, no, I'm hankering. Why do you know? I don't know. Why do I need? But everybody's wanting. I'm hankering. Okay. Again, pacify the mind. Okay. Whether it is helpful in Krishna consciousness. Again, think. So basically, wherever we are, try to connect with Krishna. This is very, very important. Try to connect with knowledge so that we don't remain where we are. We at least advance from that position. That is a way of gradually advancing. Satguna means knowledge, and transcendental modes means using everything for Krishna, not anything for oneself. That is a transcendental mode. And Satuguna means using with knowledge. How much I need, how much I can use it, following the scriptures, regulated life, all this Satuguna. And Rajoguna means too much behind the mob. Everybody is doing, I should also do. Why everybody is doing? Huh? I also need. A lot of greed is there, a lot of result orientation. Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Just small doubt I have. So when we know there in the name of hankering, how we are wanting for only necessities, or that in the name of necessities we are doing more hankering because of necessity. Hated on something what we do, we are not agreeing that we simply hated it, though it is not hatred. So how can we with that? Real hanker, real hatred. In
No,
the
I
name of
cannot.
hankering, like this also we can go for.
Can you again explain? Ask because
Yes,
the sound
yes,
is
sir.
breaking. Yeah.
Yes, bro. Yeah, yeah, my mobile is not.
Hmm.
Here, hankering and hatred, Prabhuji, I have doubt. So,
Hmm.
hankering, sometimes in the name of necessities, also we are going the
Ah,
same thing, like we are going for hankering only. And also regarding hatred, also the real hatred we are not hatreding, the which we are not doing, that may we are hatreding, though it's not hatred. So, how can we vary in the situations?
okay.
What is real hankering and what is real hatred?
Okay, okay. So again, I mentioned this hankering. Everyone has hankering because humans are basically in passion. Humans are basically in passion. So in passionate mode, what happens? One becomes greedy, and moreover, this civilization, modern times, is more and more greedy. Everyone is greedy. All the job structure, economic structure is based on greed. Huh? And even the education is all based upon greed. Hmm? Because they made education as a business. So you find people are quite somehow aroused. They're aroused to become greedy for money, greedy for name, fame, greedy for post position. Why? Because they're thinking if I have more, I will enjoy more. I have more, I will enjoy more. This kind of conception is very deep rooted in modern times. In our education, in our jobs, in everywhere. Okay. So okay. So we will be aroused by such things, but then again we have to use our Krishna conscious intelligence in good association through good consultation or some asking our superiors. Okay, I'm running behind this thing. How much it will be helpful for me to run behind this thing, and how long I can run behind. What is the result of running behind? So try to evaluate those things. Only by coming to knowledge, one can moderate one's activities, one can moderate one's emotions and desires. See, when somebody is haunted by emotions or greed, that time you may not be able to control. But after some time, when your greed is little pacified, something, then one start listening to knowledge. Okay, why I'm doing all these things? So come to the knowledge again. So what is the hankering? What is the right hankering? There's no right hankering. Hankering, right hankering is only for Krishna. So if we want to ask what is right hankering in material terms, there is no right hankering. Material terms में कोई right hankering है ही नहीं. Only thing in material life is fulfill basic necessities, and whatever more hankering is there, just tolerate it. Tolerate, tolerate, tolerate. That is the Shastra's vachan. Tolerate. Just live a life of basic necessities, control your senses, regulate your life, and then practice Krishna consciousness. Bas, that much. That is the whole definition of life. There's no right hankering for material life. As Prabhupada mentions, Krishna mentions, mode of passion brings unhappiness, lot of hard work, misery, dukkhena, phalam dukkhena. Huh? Because lot of hard work means dukkha. Hmm? Like one person, he's like almost like chief officer in merchant navy. So there in merchant navy, people can go to the tanker ship, people can go to the cargo ship. In tanker ships, they may get almost double salary than the cargo ship. So people may choose such ship because they are getting more salary. But then what is their life? Too much hard work, too much. risk of life, too much losses of our because too much poisonous gas come in that chemical ship, tanker ship, and they have to tolerate all those things. But they are getting money. They're getting money. So when one can foresee, one can see the ahead, what I'm going to lose in my life. hmm, Like somebody can say, Prabhu, I working hard for ISPCS or anything. Okay, you work hard, no issue. But whatever we are snatching away our destiny of goodness, hmm, later we will also be suffering. In the sense, the many intellectual people in this world, they may be highly intellectual, but they're suffering in other problems. Like some people are short tempered. They're very intelligent. They may be from IIT also, but they're very short tempered. What is the reason? They have taken a lot of piety in using their intelligence, but the later piety in such things got decreased. In the sense, we all have destiny where we want what much. Like if I do dumbbell too much, then all my muscles will become here stronger. But other part of the body means I'm pulling away my energy at this place. So I'm pulling where I want to pull. Okay, and then I will eat. But in material life, destiny is fixed. When destiny is fixed, one is working, want to work hard in certain way, then certain way misery will also come. One cannot be saved from miseries. And one who wants to live in a balanced way, his life will be balanced. Okay, here also balance, here also balance, here also balance. Because he's not dependent much on the result. He's dependent on his spiritual life. He's dependent on goodness, knowledge. So whatever is coming, he's accepting. What is coming, but somebody is too much passionate, he wants to be driven in certain way, then Krishna says, okay, you want to be driven, okay, go, I will give you your karma in this direction, but in other places you will suffer. Like people will be highly intelligent, but their family will be miserable. Why? Because they want to pull all the destiny in highly intelligence way. So destiny is also limited. The somewhere problem comes. वो होता ही है. Nobody can be freed from problem. So these things are there. So it's a simply adjustment of a destiny which Paramatma does. If somebody wants too much sukha in certain thing, he will give a lot of sukha, but in other place he will be dukha because he's too much passionate in this thing. Okay, take, enjoy, be successful, but other places misery. So that's why Krishna mentions here in passion actually person creates dukkha actually because they want to enjoy too much and they pull too much destiny in that direction. And then other places they will find like a simple thing. If one has to eat ice cream, how one should eat ice cream? Not like this. This is not eating of ice cream. If you eat like this, then what will happen? You will get cough because what? Ice cream is a very cold item. You have to eat very slowly. Correct? So that your body can digest it. Take it from your pipe. Yes. In the similar way, Krishna has made the life in a regulated way. Be regulated. Huh? When you be regulated, the things will happen properly. Whatever misery will come, you will tolerate. Whatever happiness will come, you will tolerate. But if you're not in that mood, we want too much in one direction. I want this only. Then Krishna will say, okay, take it, but later destiny will come. Other part, you are taking too much happiness at one time. Okay, later you will be miserable. Other part of your life will be miserable. So this happens. So one can be so destiny is like so goodness person means he's a balanced person. He understands whatever happiness, distress I'm going to suffer, it will come by its own way. Let it come. And then he maintains his mental peace like that. And passionate person, he may think that I'm enjoying, and it takes a lot of piety or whatever the sukha in one direction, and then later part of life become dukha only. He has worked so much hard that his kidney is not working, his liver is not working. So much hard work he has done in his life. Later part of his life is miserable. Or too much passion that he's work for money, but his family is horrible. Wife is not cooperating, children are not cooperating because he is not worried about the family only. He's just worried about money. Like people work hard too much for money, they don't worry about family. The family is a whole mess. Why? Because he too much work hard for family for money only. Not balanced person. So one has to balance one's consciousness, one's approach, these things what Krishna is mentioning. If you see the whole symptom of this person, He's also in a balanced way. He's not hating, not hankering. He understanding these are all, they will come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. So there's no right hankering in material life. One has to try to balance one's situation. Okay? Balance one's situation. This is the thing. Again, the hatred also. Now, Mam cho abhivicharena bhakti yogena te sagunan samatiyete tan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Okay, somebody else can read. 1 minute. Okay, Jiva Mataji, you can read.
Okay, ready. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman.
This verse is a reply to Arjuna's third question. What is means by attaining to the transcendental position? Please keep quiet. Who is there? Mute. So just see this verse which Prabhupada mentions many times. This verse is spoken when this is the answer for question of Arjuna. What is the method to transcend material modes? So this is a method by doing bhakti. Krishna himself says, Mam cha avivicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Abhivichari bhakti, one who does. Then he can go beyond. Okay. As explained before, the material world is acting under the spell of modes of material nature. One should not be disturbed by activities of modes of nature. Instead of putting his consciousness into such activity, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna's activities. Krishna's activities are known as Bhakti Yoga, always acting for Krishna. This includes not only Krishna but different plenary expansions such as Ram and Narayan. He has innumerable expansions. One who is engaged in service of any of these forms of Krishna or his plenary expansion is considered to be transcendently situated. One should also note that all the forms of Krishna are fully transcendental and blissful. Such personality of Godhead are omnipotent, omniscient, and they possess all the transcendental qualities. So, if one engages himself in the service of Krishna or in plenary expansions with unfailing determination, although these modes of nature are very difficult to overcome, one can overcome them easily. So, with unfailing determination, one should engage in transcendental loving service of Krishna. This has already been explained in 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto Krishna at once surmounts the influence of modes of material nature. To be in Krishna consciousness or to be in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. The Lord says that his nature is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. The living entities are a part and parcel of the Supreme, as gold particles are a part of a gold mine. Thus, the living entity in his spiritual position is as good as Krishna in quality. The difference of individuality continues, otherwise, there will be no question of Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So, like that. So what is the answer? One has to do Bhakti, devotional service. Okay. Now, in this verse, Acharya says, in this verse, the eva means only, he who serves only me. Only me. Mam cha eva abhivicharena. मेरे को ही सेवा करना और किसी का नहीं. He alone is qualified for becoming Brahman or realizing Brahman. Who alone serves Krishna. This statement is supported by the use of adjective ekaya. In the statement bhaktya aham ekaya grahya, I can be attained by bhakti alone. And in the statement mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam taran, the one who surrenders to me alone, mam eva. It means Krishna is saying, if somebody wants to go to the realization of Brahman, he has to serve me only, no other demigod, nothing. Okay, what type of bhakti he has to render? It should be without deviation. Abhivacharena. That means it should be without mixture of karma, jnana or other elements. Because there are statements rejecting niskam karma, statements rejecting jnana by jnani in the final stage. Jnanam cha mai sanyaset. One should surrender that jnana to me. But there are no statement about rejection of bhakti anywhere. It means, After certain stage one reaches, one has to give up that process. Even Jnana Yoga also one has to give up. Niskam Karma Yoga also one has to give up and take to other process to advance ahead. So then Bhakti Yoga is never mentioned that one should give up and take to some other yoga after for perfection. No, Bhakti Yoga from beginning till end, it's Bhakti Yoga only. So it means the bhakti should be free from jnana and karma, because karma marg and jnana marg has to be given up at certain time. So bhakti should be freed from that. Okay, done. So by bhakti yoga, after giving up even jnana yoga, just as he has previously given up karma yoga, the jnani surpasses the gunas. There is no other means. However, the ananya bhakta is already beyond the gunas, as understood from the statement in 11th canto, Nirguno Mad Apashraya, one who surrenders to me is beyond the guna. It means Krishna should be the only goal. Hmm? When one surrenders to that Krishna, Abhivachare, na, he goes beyond the modes. So who goes beyond the modes? Who is a pure bhakta? Surrenders to Krishna. He goes beyond the modes. And then he can be happily situated in this world. It is mentioned. Otherwise, everyone is fighting with the modes. Manasasthani, Indriyani, Prakritisthani. He does not fight. He does not hate. He does not like also. He just remains peaceful in the modes also. So, Satvik Karako Asangi Ragandho Rajasa Smritaha Tamsa Smriti Vibrasto Nirguno Mad Apashraya. A worker free from attachment is in the mode of goodness. A worker blinded by personal desire is in mode of passion. A worker who has completely forgotten how to tell right from wrong is in mode of ignorance. But a worker who has taken shelter of me is understood to be in transcendental modes, transcendental to the modes of nature. Just see how the different workers are classified. One who is free from attachment, he is in mode of goodness. One who is blinded by personal desire means he has a lot of attachment, he has a lot of personal desires, he is passionate. And one who does not know what is right, what is wrong, eh, he cannot tell, he just moves ahead or is ignorance. And one who is surrendered to Krishna is in goodness, is in transcendental mode. Sridhar Swami also says, Cha gives the meaning of limitation only. Madhusudan Saraswati says the meaning is he who serves only me, the Lord Narayan, by undeviating Bhakti Yoga, as described in the 12th chapter of that qualified liberation. Means again, different acharyas saying, Eva means only Krishna, and Cha also means only Krishna. Siddha Swami and Madhusudan Saraswati, they also saying. ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्य अव्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मश्च सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च.
And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, who is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness.
So this is what this is shloka which again Prabhupada mentions it many times. Brahmano hi pratisthaham means some people sometimes say that ultimate truth is Brahman. But no, ultimate truth is not Brahman. Ultimate truth is Krishna or Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Brahman means Brahman is effulgence of Krishna. So it depends upon Krishna. So Krishna is saying Pratishtha means I am the base for impersonal Brahman. It's not that impersonal Brahman is the highest. The constitution of Brahman is immortality, imperishability, eternity, and happiness. Brahman is the beginning of transcendental realization. Paramatma is the middle, the second stage in transcendental realization. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate absolute truth. Therefore, both Paramatma and impersonal Brahman are within the Supreme Person. So, like that he mentions, and yeah, you just now see here. There are many examples of this in Vedic literature. What is the example? Uh, just see. At this stage, the Brahman realized person is transcendental to the material position, but he is not actually perfect in Brahman realization. If he wants, he can continue to stay in the Brahman position and then gradually rise up to Paramatma realization and then to realization of Supreme Lord. The many examples of this in Vedic literature. The four Kumaras were situated first in impersonal Brahman conception, truth, but they gradually rose to the platform of devotional service. One who cannot elevate himself beyond the impersonal conception of Brahman runs the risk of falling down. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that a person may rise to the stage of impersonal Brahman without going further with no information of Supreme Person. His intelligence is not perfectly clear. Therefore, in spite of being raised to the Brahman platform, there is a chance of falling down if one is not engaged in devotional service of the Lord. In the Vedic literature, in the language, it is said, Raso Vayasaha, Rasam, Hi, Evayam, Labdva, Anandi Bhavati. When one understands the personality of Godhead, the reservoir of pleasure, Krishna, he actually becomes transcendently blissful. The Supreme Lord is full of in the six opulence. A devotee approaches him. There is exchange of the six opulences. The servant of the king enjoys an almost equal level with the king. And so eternal happiness, imperishable happiness, and eternal life accompanies devotional service. Therefore, realization of Brahman or eternity or imperishability is included in the devotional service. So Prabhupada mentions that one cannot remain on the Brahman platform. One has to advance ahead. Otherwise, there is a risk of falling down because he does not have perfect Prabhupada says his intelligence is not perfectly clear. That's why he will fall down. He's not perfectly clear. So he gives an example of four Kumaras. So they advanced so that they do not remain there. Now, other Acharya says that, but why would your devotees attend the impersonal Brahman, which happens only for those who realizes oneness with God? This is because I am also the basis of that famous Brahman. Since I am the supreme basis of everything, the meaning of Paritishta is shelter, that upon which something is standing firmly. I am the basis or shelter for the nectar, Amritasya. Does this mean the nectar of Swarga? No, it is indestructible, Avyasya. Therefore, Amrita means liberation. I am the basis of liberation. Also, I am the basis of eternal method, Sasvatasya Dharmasya, which is eternally present both in the state of sadhana and perfection, and supreme method called bhakti. Okay. ठीक है. Big purport by the Acharya. So this ends the 14th chapter. Any question? Tomorrow we'll start 15th. So Nandaraj Prabhu, many devotees are not coming. So I think they might be busy. But please remind them. Don't ask for attendance at last. Ki I had this service or that service. Better leave this batch and go to other batch and continue. Because again, this is now third time. Every time we are giving excuse.
Yes, sure.
And
So,
later now NOD is going to start.
yeah,
So
only
just
two
make,
devotees reached out that
how
day
many
for
are?
their
25
service.
devotees are there, na?
At least 22 are constant, so we are missing almost 10.
So where are they? Last time also I mentioned this thing. So just check
I'll
with
check
these
with.
devotees. Check with these devotees. So if they are planning to go to other batch, then they should clarify. Otherwise, if they're planning to remain in this batch and continue, then they should come.
Sure, bro. I'll call them.
Okay. We'll end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Good.